I'll try to keep this quick, guys, because holy crap, the stuff over here. But I have to make a comment on this because Prince had a documentary that was done by somebody, and there are people wanted to put it down, and I'll let you see it. But Prince was a total monster, and we already knew that. And actually, in one of his stories, he started chasing, guess who? Sinead O'Connor. Like the story when I was reading this about Diddy at Prince's house, the story is almost the same, but it's two different other people. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot in Prince's stuff that you guys don't know, I'm sure. And then obviously he had some substance abuse problems, and he'd be chasing women around too and doing some crazy crap. Well, in one of the testimonies, I guess it's today, she fled a once in a lifetime experience at Prince's house after learning Diddy was there too. Well, why is he there? Why does he have all these terrible friends? Oh, Prince. She said it was a once in a lifetime experience, and she said she did not want to tell Combs about the experience because she thought he would say no. Yeah, we already know, right? You don't have to say anything to these dudes. You know who's going to act out. Yeah, we had to deal with this with the other team. So it's like, you already know. You don't need to be told. And if you see you with another guy, that's the end of it. Even though you don't want anything to do with the other guy. But anyways, how do you know it's not even a setup from Prince to do that to see if she would bite? I have questions about this. Like, I'm thinking, because they're all manipulators. And you're part of the manipulation, and you don't know how far this manipulation goes. Because men will test you. They be trying to test you. See, oh, you want to go see that? Let's see if my girl go with you to the party, right? She ain't going to tell me. I want to see if she don't tell me. Because if she don't tell me, she's doing stuff behind my back. You know, that kind of thing? I don't know. So she goes. And she's like, I caught a glimpse of him. He left the party and ran out as fast as I could. I knew he was angry at me. And she said she could see his facial expressions. And then she testified that he started running. She started running before falling into the bushes in the front yard. And Ventura was able to make it back to the Beverly Hills Hotel, which I say there's no stuff over there. And then when she claims Combs burst into the room she was staying. We went into the bedroom and he beat me up. He threw luggage at me, called me all kinds of names. Ventura, who dated Combs for 11 years, is the key witness for the prosecution at his trial. Combs is charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. So you're going to tell me that Prince don't know that he be acting like that? Because he's going to all of a sudden just get mad and leave a party, and knowing she's coming, did nobody see her in there? I don't know. We need more information. But on Diddy's page on Facebook, this is where the love is. My heart. Okay, this is in April 22, 2016. My heart is full. Oh shit, right? I don't know. My heart is full. Prince was a legend, a pure artist and a creative genius. He inspired me, and so many others to go chase some women and beat them down in a freaking parking lot. Yeah, okay, so he pushed us physically to think beyond reality. Yeah, because you're both out of this world ridiculous, right? You don't live on planet Earth. Prince, thank you for everything you've done and for all the moments you have given us. My heart is broken. No, it isn't. He was probably, this dude, Diddy was probably like, one competition down. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, but all focus is going to go on me because he ain't here no more. You know me? Okay, so, but I will not miss you. But I will not miss you. I will not miss you because you will be forever with us. That's a lovely thing to say, right? Love you. I think he loves men. He loves men more than he'll ever love a woman. I love you, Prince. I love you, bro. I love your name. I thank God. I thank God for all the moments that we shared. Love forever. R.I.P. Prince. Okay, so that's where this stands. I'm just saying they have very similar stories. They have a bromance, and I find this to be a little weird. I'm not really surprised, though, because for years, women had been saying Prince is a monster. Prince is a monster. He may be a creative genius, but he's a definite creative monster. And Sinead was very vocal on these topics, and at no point did I go, oh, she's a liar. I mean, it's like, it's not like this dude's out here going, nah, you know, but No, there's been stories, and then you see what's happening where they want to create their own narrative. And that's why I was talking about the documentary, because I go, yeah, that's interesting, because apparently, like, this guy did a really good documentary before, and he says, I didn't go in it with any sort of thing. I just went after what, they were saying. I spent 5 years on this documentary. And I go, yeah, I don't give a shit about Prince, but I am kind of curious about the documentary because I'm curious about his actions in real life. The real man. Because we heard the stories, and I think that women have the right for their history to be told. Because by muting that, is also trying to mute the women that had to experience that monster in that person. And there were some women talking about it. They said, yeah, he was like this, but also there was this. And like the fans don't want to listen to it. And it's like, no. Honestly, all these people are like that. Honestly, all these people are like that. It's a every up in here. But the addition is these people hung out. And after hanging out, we have a victim from this thing. And to say that nobody knew that he'd be acting like this is just pure, you know what. And I think that's for everybody involved here, including Prince. He's not here now to talk about it, but, they want to keep a lot of things down. But again, the stories are really similar. Okay, so Sinead had a great success with her 1990 hit, but not everyone was thrilled about it. Okay, so it was released in 1990. I was always told like it was his song and they worked together and some nonsense, but apparently the story is a little different than what we originally thought. It says, then in 1993, Prince released another version of the song, this time as a duet with singer Rosie Gaines. Prince didn't specifically give any motive for re-releasing the song 3 years after O'Connor made it a hit, but the timeline suggests it might have been for a number of reasons. Maybe Prince was trying to finally capitalize on the success of the song that he never saw when he recorded it the first time. Maybe he wanted to prove to O'Connor he could do it better. Or maybe he was just jealous of her success with the song and wanted some of his own. Who knows? It's probably a combo of every single thing up in there. It's no secret that Prince was a pretty difficult musician to work with. So it seems feasible that he'd have this kind of reaction to someone other than him having success with the song he wrote for himself. Especially when he didn't agree with things that musicians did off stage, which it seemed Prince did not. At least according to the story told by O'Connor about the time they met in LA. She met Prince and he wasn't what she expected. Sinead appeared on Good Morning Britain and told her story about the night Prince called her to his house in LA. It was shortly after her version of Nothing Compares to You became a hit. O'Connor had never met Prince before and she didn't know what to expect, and here's what happened next. Prince was bothered by O'Connor's use of the song without his collaboration. According to O'Connor, she recorded his version of Nothing Compares to You without Prince, and in fact had never met him before and the song was released. O'Connor said he was bothered by the fact that she recorded his song when she wasn't a prodigy of his. See, and I thought she was his prodigy, but I guess these stories through the years, it's interesting how the telephone about the story, it was totally different. We didn't have all this internet and stuff back then, so it's just, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, that's weird. I didn't know that. So, okay. In the conversation, Prince demanded Sinead O'Connor stop swearing. But please beat up your women, men. Musician Prince accepts the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010 BET Awards held at the Shrine Auditorium in 2010. According to O'Connor's story, Prince was unhappy with their use of profanity in interviews. Who cares? Does anybody ask him? Who cares? So she wasn't even swearing in the song he wrote. He was allegedly trying to tell her what to do in her personal life. Yeah, controlling little man. So the argument escalated into a car chase. Not your typical chase down the street in two different cars. This was two musicians running around the same car at 5 in the morning. They were attacking each other in their own ways. According to O'Connor's story, she was spitting at Prince from across the car while he was trying to throw punches at her. O'Connor told Good Morning Britain that Prince was pretty dark on some pretty dark drugs at the time of their altercation. Yeah, but drugs don't make you this psychotic, though. Like, honest to God, he would have already been. And I was trying to explain that when one of the guys was talking in the documentary, like when they were discussing it, that you'll never see. They almost try to contribute him being a famous artist to him being this you know what, and it's like actually the reversal. He was a you know what, and then this stuff happened. So it's like the road that they will go on because they're a hot mess already pre any of this. Okay, the notorious pillow fight. It's his viewpoint about women generally, just overall terrible. He's just as bad as Diddy, okay? And they're religious, right? These things come together because of male supremacy. But those things come together. So the notorious pillow fight. And why the hell is this even going on? Siblings having pillow fight outdoors. In her memoir, she and Prince once had a pillow fight and they were spending an evening together, but it wasn't a friendly one. Allegedly, Prince had stuffed the pillow with items that were meant to hurt her when they hit her. And it's unclear if the pillow fight happened on the same night as the chase around the car. To my understanding, it did, and then she ran away, and they started chasing her. That's how I took the story, but how it ended. In her interview on Good Morning Britain, O'Connor said that her father told her to ring a neighbor's doorbell if she was ever in trouble, so that's what she did. And she went next door to a house of Prince's neighbors and rang the doorbell for help, and she said Prince took off after that, and that was it. Some accounts say that O'Connor and Prince never met again. Others say they did, but one thing is agreed on. They were never friends. Okay, so anyway, that was the complicated background story of them. And yeah, that he was like hitting her. Like he was like legitimately hitting her and she was trying to run away from him and he went chasing her down. I don't know about her being in another vehicle because I'm thinking maybe they confused the story because the other one that I read weeks ago, it had her going to the house in a car. Then she went there and then somehow she came in. He started wanting to do this pillow fight and then beating the crap out of her. And she started running away and he went into his vehicle and started chasing her down. And then at some point, I think that's how she ends up at somebody's doorstep, like something like that. Anyway, that's kind of the broken up pieces of the story. Just so you know that, because maybe some people don't know that story and why. When I was reading the Diddy one, I was like, oh, they're the same guys. Look at that. They both are chasing women down and beating the crap out of them. And so even if she did go for Prince to the house, do you think she was meeting a better guy? He does the same thing. She thinks it's a once in a lifetime thing, but it's not like she's meeting a better man here. So let's say they hooked up. Prince going to be beating her with a pillow with some stuff in it and chasing her down the street. That's it. It's all these guys. I'm not going to blame her for the choice of these guys because it's not even, I don't even know if she even knows that story. That's the crazy thing to it, because just because, you know, the story's out there, it doesn't mean that everybody knows the story. Again, you go meet somebody, like I didn't know the background story of the people that I ran into. Holy cow, no. And then you find out all this stuff after the fact. Then you find out that everybody knew. Then you find out that these people are such, you know what, all of them, and that they cover it up. And then at the end of it, when everybody starts getting caught, they all start playing victim. They didn't know anything. They didn't see nothing. They believe the person totally innocent. They never do nothing. No, the truth is they all do this crap. As you see here, we have two men, two really famous men. They both be doing the same crap. Everybody knows about it. You know, I mean, generally, not the women that are walking right into it, but I'm saying it's like, is she going to be safe from either party? No. And how do we know that Diddy wasn't the one fueling, you know, Prince some drugs? You know, I don't know. Like, I'm saying you got to look at all these different things going on here. The friendships, their conduct. When somebody's a terrible person, there's no way in hell they don't know that. There just isn't. There just isn't. It's too hard for these men to act normal when they're that much of a pal of you-know-what towards women. Like, I could not be in a room with that guy without them acting up. Like, they would have a problem. Because he wants to be controlling, right? You see him, I don't like your language. And I'd be like, here's my middle finger. I don't care what you think. Why do you think that your opinion matter? Like, I need to stop doing something because you don't like it. It's not affecting you. It's not affecting you. If it was, maybe I'll think about it. It's not affecting you. I don't like that you treat women like crap and you are harming other women. So, yes, that's a big difference. Yeah. So, that's kind of the thing with these people. That camp I was dealing with couldn't say a damn word about my language. I mean, if you're going to be hanging out on Howard Stern and saying all this crazy crap, like, I don't even think there was anything that I could even possibly say that was so offensive. I don't even think there was anything. Honestly, nothing. Like, I think I could have just said anything under the sun, and it wouldn't even have been to any shock value of anyone. Like, even how I'm talking now, where all these men are acting outraged, these guys wouldn't even, it wouldn't do anything. Like, it's not even, did you hear them? I mean, did you read about them? Did you not see these people? Like, it's crazy. But they also, like, one party in here is like claiming they're religious. And I go, oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't know it if that was even true. But it isn't. The only people I was concerned about in this whole shebangy I was talking about was the Christian guys, the on the other spectrum that I met early on, because I was like, I understand that you have an image to uphold. Like, I understand that these people have an image to uphold. And it's one thing that they might hang out with you at a park, somewhere. You know what I mean? But they may not want to associate with certain people. But as I understand it now, they were associating with all kinds of people that I would never have. And I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm over here worried, and they be hanging out with these dudes over here, and I'm like, and they're doing all that. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but for some reason, like, I felt like, oh, I would understand if you wouldn't even want to associate with, this thing over here. But in reality, I didn't go raping a bunch of people. This thing isn't going on. So those are the people they hang out with. So I was like, well, yeah, it's crazy.